This is Conversations with a Citizen. I'm your host, Tia Carol Jones. I'm here today with Jean Macon, Director of Golf at Chicago State University. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I arrived here in Chicago back in March, originally by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. I was the head coach at Johnson & Wales University. And I'm retired Iraqi veteran, police officer for about 14 years as well, proud mom of 4. So glad to be here in Chicago.
Thank you. Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
When did Chicago State University get a women's golf and a men's golf?
They've had golf since around 1997,
Okay.
men's and women. They were back then in the Mid-Continent Conference, I believe. Right now, we are just now transitioning from the Ohio Valley State Conference to the Northeastern Conference. We're really excited about that. This is our first year in that conference.
And as you said that you've been the director of golf at Chicago State since March, why did you want to take that role at the school?
Well, coming from Charlotte and being the head coach there, and it was a PBI as well, a newly cemented PBI in Charlotte. CSU, on the other hand, has been a PBI for quite some time. I love the demographics at the university and the opportunity to help build a program that, although it was already in existence, I felt that I could help the program really on a bigger stage at going into the NEC conference. The women's team had been without a coach for about a year. I felt that the program could use me. And my LPGA background, I was really looking forward to that. I enjoy being the coach over men's and women's golf, so it gave me a great opportunity to move up from D3 to D1. So I was really looking forward to that. And Dr. Carol, our athletic director over there, she's really excited about golf. So I was excited to come.
How did you get into golf?
I've been playing golf for more than 25 years. I would have to say that Dr. Charlie Sifford inspired me. He was, I would say, like a mentor to me. I met him on several occasions. Very inspiring man, a legend in the African American community when it comes to golf. I wanted to get my LPGA credentials as in his honor. So that's what I decided to do. Yeah.
So what are your expectations for the golfers this season?
Last season it was coming in the middle of the season. It was just to kind of get through the season. They didn't have a coach at the time. And I think we did well. The women's team won a tournament. The men's team beat some opponents that previously they had never even beaten before. This year, however, with some recruiting, I recruited a few players from Spain, from Charlotte, North Carolina, and my expectations are higher. So I'm looking to compete in this new conference. In this conference, we have Howard University. Howard is a powerhouse. They won the conference last year. The coach there actually is a mentor of mine as well, Sam Puryear. But I'm looking more forward to 2026. We're in a stage of rebuilding, but I do believe that we can compete this year. We came in third last year, the women's team in the Women in Golf Championship, and I think our men's team is pretty strong this year. So my expectations are higher. I believe that we're going to make some noise this year in the NEC, although we're new to the conference.
And so how are you preparing the teams for the upcoming season?
I'm one of those coaches that I believe in. I'm more than just a coach. I'm an instructor as well because I'm LPGA certified. I instruct and teach from the green back to the tee box, so I really focus on short game, and that is the quickest way to drop strokes from your game. And so in the mornings, that's all we work on is short game. Everybody wants to hit the big club, the driver, but I take my players out to Harborside International, which is our home course, and we work on strictly short game. In the afternoon, we'll go out and then we work on the rest of our bag. We'll go out and play 9 holes or 18 holes, but I really push and work on short game. That is my pet peeve. Putting, pitching, and chipping. That is what we work on most, and that's our preparation.
What advice do you have for parents who might want to get their kids started playing golf?
I would suggest that we start with programs like the First Tee. There are programs that the PGA and the LPGA are starting to make golf more diverse. Traditionally, golf is not the most diverse sport, and the PGA and the LPGA is very aware of that. And I mean, the PGA even, they have programs like HBCU Task Force where they're trying to make golf more diverse. The LPGA has the Girls Golf Program where they're trying to get young girls more involved in golf. So I would start with the LPGA Girls Golf Program. I would start with the First Tee. Those programs are free to get involved. I've worked for the First Tee before, and I've had some of my students in the First Tee get full scholarships from starting in the First Tee program. I would tell them to do research and find out other grassroots golf programs in the community that also offer golf instruction and academies locally. But to start with the First Tee, we have a great First Tee program here in Chicago. So I would start there right at Harborside. Start there.
How can the community support the players throughout the season?
I would suggest, because we are traditionally, we're a predominantly black institution, and that's not to say that because we're a predominantly black institution, we may not have the greatest funding, but the fact of the matter is that we don't have the funding that these Power 5 schools, like when you're talking about Duke and Alabama and Stanford. So I would suggest that if you're truly interested in our golf program, make a donation to the program. Say, I want to donate some money to help with shirts or apparel this semester, or here's what can we do to volunteer at one of your tournaments. I'm going to put on an invitational. We haven't done an invitational in several years at Chicago State. So next year in the fall, we're going to have our own invitational. I'm putting on a charity golf tournament for our athletic department in June, and I'm inviting all of the women's leagues here in Chicago to come out and play. So that's something that we're working on. It'll be out at Harborside. So that's one way that you can help our golf program is to come out and play, and all of the proceeds will go to help our golf team with apparel, with travel, because it's so expensive to travel. So that's one way. We are also working on having different to give back to the community as well. I'm one of those coaches that, although we ask, I require my players to also give back. I require them to do 120 hours of community service for the year. So we'll also be doing that and giving back to the community that surrounds us.
That's great. Where can people go to find out more about the golf team?
Absolutely. Just go to GoCSUCougars.com. Go onto the website, go to the men's, women's tab for golf, and information is all there. The program is a great program. It's a great way to get your education paid for. We give full ride scholarships, partial scholarships. So golf is a great way to get your college education paid for. And those are, and golf are scholarships that kind of sometimes go untapped in our community. because we don't get involved in golf. And I urge and please learn the game, because there's so many opportunities for us in golf.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like our audience to know?
This is a great time to attend CSU. Our enrollment has been up this year. It's a great time to be a student, to be an athlete at CSU. Come out and take a tour. We are so excited. We're looking at adding a football team in the next year or so. We've added a triathlon team. We're building a brand new swim center. There's so much going on at CSU right now. And I urge the community to come out to support our basketball team, our men's and women's basketball team. Just get involved in the university that's right here in your community. I feel like CSU is such a beacon of light on the south side of Chicago. Just come out. That's what I'm asking the community to do.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.